Dude, China has like the best internet.
Do they?
Yeah. They're in the good part of China. Like
What's the good part of China?
The part where they have a little bit of democracy.
I don't know what part of China that
like
is.
Hong Kong, I guess.
Isn't Hong Kong like its own entity?
It's part of China, though.
Is it? But
it was bought back by China. It used to be owned by the UK, and then the UK sold it back to China. That's why shit's going down in Hong Kong. Because the people in Hong Kong are so used to being free because they were part of the UK, and then China bought them back, and they were like, yeah, you know that whole freedom of speech and democracy thing that you guys got going on? We're taking that away from you.
Psych. You know that thing you guys were brought up with?
Yeah.
This world that you now understand?
Yeah, and they're not having it. They're like, no, we like democracy. It's nice to be able to go outside and have free thoughts.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
How good's their internet?
Pretty fucking good.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
gigabyte.
Like instant transmission, like...
Also, you don't need good internet if you're playing on LAN.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time I played Gears of War in a tournament was when I realized, like, the latency issues and how that... Like, because I hadn't trained for that. Yeah. I didn't realize there was that window of reaction existed there because we're now on LAN.
Yeah.
I had no idea. We got fucking smoked.
Yeah, like... a lot of the big tournaments this year, like the Call of Duty League, the Overwatch League, League of Legends, when it all switched to online because they couldn't do the in-person shit anymore, it was totally different. Like all the teams that were crushing it on LAN and all the teams that sucked on LAN picked up players that were good online who had good internet connections, and they would like sub them in so they would do better online, and it totally changed the game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anybody ever throw hands at like an esports event?
I think so, yeah. I know that I've been to a few where it got pretty heated. Like, there's a great video.
What were they playing?
Well, the ones that get the most heated are Smash and Call of Duty. Gears as well. Gears goes hard in the paint. Those dudes don't fuck around. Those dudes will tear you to shreds on stage. Like, say the meanest shit about you, your family, your mama, your dog, everything. Nothing is off the table for those dudes.
Yeah, but I want them to stand and bang. Like
they almost do because of it. Like, especially the Gears of War. Like, there's no holding back in Gears of War. Like, the trash talking Gears is ridiculous.
Why? Why do you think? Because I mean, I'll agree.
Because it takes a certain type of person to play Gears of War. You have to be a certain type of
what kind
crazy.
Of person? Why?
Like the two top players, one of them was from Moreno Valley. And the other one was from Mexico, which are almost the same thing in terms of the shit that could go down in your life. But they were just, there were so many videos of these dudes just on stage just ripping each other. Like, it was hardcore. And even the Call of Duty ones, there was one, it's my favorite clip of all time of any esport thing where it was like probably 2014. And this kid Neslo, he just looks like a school shooter. Like he looks like an awkward kid who gets picked on a lot, but he's kind of good at Call of Duty.
Don't talk about yourself like that, man.
Now listen, man, me and Neslo look exactly the same. Like nose and glasses and everything look exactly the same. So they're winning, and he's trying to get into the trash talk. Like he's trying to trash talk, but oh my god, they beat this team, and he stands up in a room full of people and he goes, "You're going home, you fucking fags!" And then everybody goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, hey!" And they just grab him like it's not that serious, man.
Who do you think is the best like streamer that could kick everyone's ass?
They can kick everyone's ass. And streamers, it's not because like I guess Shroud is like because he's a former pro.
Because there's some fighters that play video games, right? Like
yeah, Max Holloway,
right.
Sugar Sean O'Malley, a couple of
Sean
them.
O'Malley. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
What a way to make a living, huh?
Yeah, and I remember when he got signed by Optic, and I was like super stoked because Optic was my team, and I was like, oh shit, he got signed by Optic, and then all that shit happened with Optic, and now he's not part of it anymore. But whatever. But like, yeah, he got big. He was making money. He said at one point he was making more money in 3 months streaming Fortnite than he was doing fights, which is
getting
crazy.
Brain damage.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to fight without getting brain damage. Joe Rogan needs to make some kind of Alpha Brain Plus that prevents brain damage so that we can all just play Calcio, which is what we're here to talk about today. But before we get started, let's have this play.
Ele tem nothing. Ele tem nothing. Now, what is ele tem nothing? I'm not impressed by your performance.
When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand.
His leg's broken!
Welcome to another episode of Fathletic, where if it fights, it fits.
Nice.
I sit across from the table from my co-host, Mr. Steven Roth.
Hello,
How are you
George.
doing on this fabulous day?
Well, my ears are bleeding because that intro was super loud, so rest in peace, headphone users.
No, they're just great headphones. I'll fix it. Don't worry about
okay.
it. You
But,
just have really good headphones on.
Dude, well, I'm half deaf, so hearing that loud was pretty crazy for me. So this is great. It's Saturday. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep and a toasted white chocolate Starbucks from the gas station.
Those are good.
Those are real good. And
How many grams of sugar's in that bitch?
probably 165.
Did you read it?
Let me
It's
ballpark
right there.
it.
Let's
Let me
see.
ballpark it.
Let's see. How many? First off, hang on. How many servings is that bottle? Is that bottle one serving?
Serving size one bottle.
Okay. So
Okay,
How many
hold on.
grams of sugar in that one bottle?
44.
44 grams of sugar. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tasted like it too.
Because it's amazing.
It's so good, dude. I
Toasted
drank that in
white
like 2
chocolate.
drinks, man.
Are you like do you like the s'mores frappuccino?
No, I don't think I've had the s'mores frappuccino. Is it life
You're
changing?
missing out, dude.
I'm always a white chocolate guy. I go in there, I'm like, give me a white chocolate mocha frappuccino with the whipped cream.
Do you like hot white mochas?
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm just a white, like, I go in there and I just get white mochas. That's
White
all I
is
get.
right for you? Is
Dude,
that-
I hate black things, dude. I can't stand them. Every time I look at them, I'm like my notebook is black, hate it.
I drink my coffee black.
Yeah?
But that's probably so I can savor it. If it's sweet, I'll down
I
it.
feel like there's like a pride thing in when you start drinking black coffee, you're like, I drink my coffee black. It's almost like a,
It's simpler.
yeah. You don't
it's-
need the
it's
fruity
minimal.
fruit stuff. You don't need the sugar.
I want it.
Stuff. Yeah.
I love it.
I know. Will Holland was one of those guys where he's like, you don't need the sugar. I was like, I know I don't, but I want it.
Yeah, that's not what sugar's there for. It's not created because I need it. It's
No,
created because I want it.
Yeah. And I'm a glutton and I can't stop myself.
Yeah, you're right. I don't need it, but it's gonna make my life great for
Yeah.
a couple
I
seconds.
don't need diabetes. Gonna get it anyways.
Yeah, I only live once. I've been told.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
Yeah, or multiple times if you've done enough psychedelics. All right. Anyways, fights, dude.
Fights.
And Calcio Storico.
Calcio Storico.
Storico. Yeah,
Dave.
dude.
For listeners who haven't watched, it's on Home Game, episode 1. It's this. How would you describe it?
Well, like, I think the quote in the beginning is the perfect description, which says, "It's too small to be a war, but too brutal to be a game." And that's pretty much it. I mean,
I don't know what you guys called it when you would just have a football and run it across the field, but where I was from, it was called Smear the Queer.
smear the queer. Yep.
And it's rude, but that's what they're playing.
Yeah. It's a hyped up version of Smear the Queer where you could take your shin bone to someone's face and it's perfectly legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Oh my God. Like, because you described it to me before and you were like, there's this crazy thing where it's 27v27, which I hate that number. Like, make it 25v25 or 30v30. I hate 27 is a stupid number. Like, Jim Carrey knows it's a stupid number. But like, so 27v27, a 50-minute match. Throwing a goal is a point. Missing a goal is half a point to the enemy team, which is weird. But
I like it. That means
Yeah.
if you're throwing, you better know you're gonna make it.
if you're throwing Hail Marys, you better make it.
Yeah.
So, and it's on what I would say is a mud dirt pit that's about the length of a football field.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's saying
Maybe
it's
wider,
yeah,
twice as
yeah.
wide, but about the length of a football field.
It's a
maybe little bit
rectangular
shorter.
pitch. Maybe it might
yeah.
be like fucking soccer field.
Yeah,
size.
yeah, and it is wild. It is 50 minutes of pure chaos, of pure roided up chaos, and I've never seen anything like it in my life. And the dudes that do it, they do it for free, they do it for glory, and
They do it for a fucking imaginary cow.
Yeah, a cow that they used to eat back in the day that they now just put back in its cage.
That's fucking rude.
Well,
Let
you know,
him eat the fucking cow. Those
I think
guys
the cow
need it.
wants to be eaten too.
I agree.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, eat me.
He's like, I don't want to be a prize cow. I want to be the
Yeah,
eaten
I'm not the
cow."
Olympic flame. I
Yeah.
want to feed you for dinner.
Exactly. And okay, so the documentary itself focuses the most on the red team and the white team. We don't really get to hear about the other ones because by the
We assume they suck.
Yeah, we assume they suck because by the time that the documentary is being filmed, the other 2 teams have been eliminated. There's 4 teams. You play for the team of the city in which you were born in. Someone from my work is calling.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Answer that. We
Oh
can.
Jesus! Yeah, pause me.
So we're back.
Yep.
Minor disruption, but as we were, I was off screen Googling shit, and I found very interesting fact that early on in Calcio's history, like 15th century, because listeners that don't know, it started in like the 1530s, like back in the Dizzy.
But they also played it apparently a style of it in 82 BC.
I mean, yeah, dudes slanging bones at each other with a ball. That's pretty prehistoric.
Yeah, dude, I think they've been doing that since the invention of the ball.
Yeah. They probably used the head first.
Yeah,
and then
probably.
they were like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Rounding up.
Fuck these guys. They used to just halfway through the game, they would let in a bull. And just let it wreak havoc amongst the teams to encourage ball movement.
Nice. That's
insane.
Like in the UFC when you're not doing enough, the ref's like, let me see some movement.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Do something for me.
They should treat it like Bomberman, where the stage starts getting smaller and smaller, and
just
then by
light the
end,
outer edges on fire.
Yeah, by the end, it's just stand in the center and bang, dude. Fucking throwing out.
Yeah.
Did you see that that episode of Yu Yu Hakusho where he did the knife edge fight? Him and that fucking Aussie dude. They're just like, hey, we're just gonna hockey this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's fucking great.
They're out of their goddamn mind. But to be good at this game, you have to be good at everything.
Because they said it's a mixture of you got
Maybe
soccer
not good,
players.
but you have to be adequate at everything.
They're like, there's soccer players, there's boxers, there's wrestlers, there's all sorts of people that are in this thing together that are playing for glory and the thrill of the kill.
That's the most dangerous thing to fight for, though.
I'm not answering that. She called me again. She can deal with it. It's her fucking problem. It's her problem.
And like, why don't these guys fight for real? Like, why?
I'm sure some of them do. Like, I feel like there's probably, well, and I think I know in France and in a little bit of Italy, MMA fighting is illegal, or is at least heavily scrutinized for it being a blood sport. And yet they're doing that shit. And yet you can get 27 dudes in a place to fight another 27 dudes.
Yeah,
and
they
everybody's
just
like,
don't
this is
want
glory.
you to one-on-one shit. They're like, hey, we're cool with riots.
Yeah.
But if you one-on-one, we're not for that.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I did find that they're very limited rules. It says the modern version of Calcio hasn't changed much, but due to fatal injuries,
Of
things
course.
like sucker punches, kicks to the head are currently banned.
Yep.
But I bet that's only if the referee's looking.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
soccer kicks are nuts, man, because like that you could kill anyone with a soccer kick like that. And for those who don't know what a soccer kick is, picture it. Picture a man's head as the ball, and you're kicking it. That's a soccer kick, and that'll kill you.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Just ding,
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 ding. There's
ring that bell.
nowhere for you to go. Nowhere for your head to go except back and to the left.
So we mentioned earlier they play with 27 players each team. So that's 54 dudes, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing math right. So this breaks down. Each team has 4 goalkeepers, 3 fullbacks, 5 halfbacks, and 15 forwards. Now that means 15 dudes are there to just throw hands.
Yeah. You put your biggest dudes up front, your biggest, strongest, best punchers are up at the front to throw hands with dudes. And I feel like all the other positions are moot. Like, whatever. What are you really going to do?
Yeah. Where do you happen to be at the time?
I'm a goalie. You're useless to me. You're useless.
Yeah.
Goalie. My God. It's like a free safety in football. What do you really do?
Get paid. Make that money, you know?
Except for these dudes, they don't get anything.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
I love in the documentary when the guy's like, he's with his mom. I think he lived at home.
It
looked like he
lives
lived
at home.
And he's like, you going to watch me play? And she's like, no. I never watch you play. Get the fuck out of my
when
house.
I was a kid, I wanted to be a fighter. I love martial arts so much, but I remember my aunt telling me, she's like, I'm not going to come watch you fight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see someone I love get
Get
battered.
knocked out, yeah.
And that makes sense. But
Yeah.
come on, for glory.
Come on.
For glory.
Mom, I'm doing this for glory. The whole city loves me. I just need your approval. If you just gave me if you watched one match, I probably will never go again.
Look, I understand I can't pay rent, but
Yeah.
like Calcio's my life, Mom. That's my shit.
I love the pictures of him when he's younger, where he's like, I was a scrawny kid until I found steroids.
He said, and then I put on some mass.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
45 pounds of pure muscle.
Fuck, dude, he definitely became another person.
Oh, he doesn't
Like,
look.
Jesus.
He looks nothing the same. Like, you ever see the pictures of the mountain before he was the mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's a
want-
scrawny kid.
I want whatever they're on.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mixture.
It's probably a shorter list of what they aren't on.
Yeah. Yeah. They're taking everything. It's a massive cocktail that gets injected right into the butt cheek.
I'd be so mad if my son was on steroids and didn't pay rent, though.
Ooh,
What a
yeah.
fucking
Wasting all
asshole.
of his money on roids.
Piece of shit. For
Yeah.
a game. For what? For what?
For glory.
For what?
For glory.
Go get your glory the way Khabib does.
Yeah, man. With money. With
Yeah.
$500,000 every time you take a dude down to the ground.
That's great.
I really feel like, I mean, I understand that for them it is a thing of glory. It is a thing of pride. You're playing for the city that you were
There's
born
no
in.
better fuel though.
Yeah, there's no better fuel than being like, I don't need anything else but the crowd. I need my people behind me to know that I'm doing this shit for them, and their excitement is my fuel, and winning for them is my fuel, and it's what makes me get up in the morning. Is what helps me sleep at night. But man, do some of those dudes got to just do other shit. Just do other shit. Like everybody that's on Team Blue apparently, or whatever color else was out there, just go home. Stop doing it. Red and white keep duking it out every year. It looks like they're the only teams that are crushing it.
But maybe it's a dynasty thing, you know? I mean, because this game is fucking hundreds, thousands of years old. So maybe it's just their time. It's like it's like the Bulls.
Yeah.
The Bulls and the Knicks.
Yep.
And
There's always a dynasty. You're gonna have the Lakers for a couple years, the Celtics for a couple years, the Heat, the
you just
Warriors.
get lucky if you get to watch one of the GOATs just play that.
Do you think that guy's the GOAT? That dude that they focus the most on in this documentary?
I don't.
He's the GOAT?
I don't. I think he's a force of violence that no one can deal with, but I don't think so.
The black dude on the white team looks like a GOAT. Like
he's got GOAT
potential
because he feels very like, I feel like he's team captain dad.
Yeah.
You know, he seemed very supportive.
Yeah.
Also, doesn't look like he's pissing hot. Doesn't look like he can afford to
No,
piss
he looks
hot.
all natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean...
and still an animal, though.
Yeah.
Like, he's still lean. He's a Black Panther. He really is.
Legitimately. And he terrifies me. Yeah. Imagine you're you're standing across from this dude, and you know all hell's about to break loose in the next 50 minutes. This guy's going to be on top of you. You're going to be on top of him. You're going to be throwing knees, elbows, punches, kicks, all of that shit. You got to look that dude in the eye and you got to be like, well, I'm okay. I'm okay inside my heart.
We don't have anything like that in this country.
I mean, you and I could duke it out, but that'd be it. That'd be it. We wouldn't have 27 dudes. I don't even have 27 friends to come kick 27 of your friends' ass. I mean,
Right?
I don't have that many people that back me up.
Where do we get that? I mean, maybe football. Football, I guess, is
it's
similar.
the closest thing. It's because it's violent. But even then, it's what, a couple tackles?
Yeah, attack and for money. Yeah, it's different. You know, like these guys are just.
Yeah, I think it's more akin to like rugby with boxing, with kickboxing. It's rugby with kickboxing.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's say you could only pick two skills to be good at, and you're a calcio player. What would be your two?
Wrestling and soccer.
That's good.
Yeah.
I would do tennis and soccer. I'd be a goalie. I'm not trying to throw hands with these fucking monsters.
Is
dude.
it tennis for the quick feet so you can get
the shuffle, the back and forth?
Yeah.
So I can be a goalkeeper. I'll stay back there. I'm not trying to get worked.
I'm getting blown up right now.
That's fine. We can pause again.
Do I need a
part 7?
Three? I don't know, man.
I don't know. Fuck it.
I'm a very important person.
You
know?
are. Yeah.
So.
I'm not. I just hang out and drink a lot of coffee. Yeah. No amount of coffee though would make me successful at Calcio. Those guys are so big.
They're so big. They're so big.
I thoroughly misjudged Italian people as a whole.
They got crazy genes.
What?
Some of those dudes are massive.
Yeah. And it makes sense since, you're part of Europe. Y'all been getting conquered forever.
You've been in combat since the dawn of time over there.
Yeah, Sparta's a spitting stone away. Yeah. Whatever that phrase is.
You've been fighting the French. You've been fighting everybody. You've been fighting all those people.
Pirates. It's weird. It's weird that it's like Florence, though, developed this kind of culture around this sport. It's such a weird town. Yeah,
it would be like, you think combat, you don't think European cities in taking a sport and making it a combative one. Like, I mean, in Spain, you think of the matadors and the bulls and all that stuff, but you don't see. And when you think of like Italians, you're thinking like fucking pasta and shit. Because people are evil.
Grapes and art.
Yeah. You're not thinking
the Sistine Chapel.
You're not thinking throwing elbows into skulls with a ball. You don't think that.
For no money.
That's
what's shocking to me. For no money.
Yeah, you think you'd get a sponsorship deal or something
right? Nike should get in there,
dude. 100%. Oh, you know what? But that's when shit goes downhill. Once the money gets involved, that's when matches get fixed.
Look, Hayabusa makes some fucking training gloves, and then your slogan can be. Just throw it.
Yeah, just throw it. I also love that they were like, the white team was lucky. They got a lucky bounce. That's how they beat us last time. Listen, I don't think there's any luck involved in that game.
No.
I don't think any luck is involved in that game. If you throw a Hail Mary pass and it bounces in,
That was the best course for that Hail Mary.
That's all you
agree.
could do. That's not luck.
I agree.
And that's what made them so salty, and it's 100% why they all started juicing.
Yeah, and they got then the white proceeded to get panked. Slaughtered.
What was once a half-point game deciding point, like match, like 5.
You know what that looked
5.
like? It looked like fucking
Brazil versus Germany.
It looked like Team USA versus Iceland in D2. You're like, where the fuck did these adults come from? This is a kids league. Why are you throwing these animals, these gorillas? I will also say I didn't see a lot of black players on the red team.
No, and only like 1 or 2 on white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if there's many black people in Florence.
I don't see why not, though. There's like...
French.
Black French dudes are weird, but they exist. There's plenty of them. What's crazy is the story that they tell us in the documentary about them holding the games while the city was being sieged in the middle of February.
To prove to the outside enemies that they were still strong enough to fight.
Yeah.
By
They're like,
beating themselves to death.
We know it's winter, but we're all going to take our shirts off.
Yep.
And we're going to duke it out. Imagine Though, if I did see a country fighting themselves willingly, I might be like, can we turn around?
Yeah, I don't think these are not the right people that we should be fucking with. Like, if these dudes are willing to throw hands with themselves for nothing other than to show us how tough they are, I don't want to fight those
This
guys.
place not that nice, dude.
No,
Let's go over somewhere else.
I looked 6 miles to the south. It was greener. Let's go there.
When you think Florence, what do you think?
Florence, I just think pasta, dude, because all I know about Italians is pasta. I don't know
I
shit
just think
about
old
art.
spaghetti
I think
factory.
about things. I think about old buildings and cobble streets. I don't know anything. I'm uncultured.
It's because we're American.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about other places. Yeah. Dude, I barely give a fuck about Colton. It's the city over from me.
Yeah, it's the elephant graveyard. That's all.
Yeah.
It's like a giant truck stop. That's what.
Listen, I would love to go to Europe. I would love to experience Florence. I would love to understand what these cultures really came from. But I don't give a fuck unless it's in a documentary.
Right? They make it so captivating.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like basketball, but I watched The Last Dance.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
It
we
was
got to
great.
talk about that
It was
on one of
great.
yours, you know?
Have you watched it?
I haven't.
You haven't? It's an interesting look at the pursuit of perfection.
Yeah. I remember. I know that it's my dad's a big sports guy, and he'll mention a sports athlete, and he'll be like, "You don't know about what's?" I'm like, "Dad, I was born in '92. I don't even tell you anything." But that guy, I can by his name, Dick Butkus, I can imagine played in the '80s. I wasn't alive. No, I don't remember that person.
The Last Dance does a really good job of, like, if you have zero sports knowledge, they fill you in
on everything.
Yeah, because they'll Tarantino almost every episode. They're like, here, all right, here's this game from '96, but to understand the drama, you got to go back to '87. And you're like, what? They had drama from '87?
Yeah, man.
And shit gets crazy.
Yeah.
It's really good. I recommend it.
Do you know about the Malice in the Palace? Are you aware of that
Malice in the Palace.
that situation?
What is the Malice in the Palace?
Malice at the Palace, one of those things. It is a sports moment in history in basketball in which a fan threw water or threw a cup of some substance at a player, happened to be Ron Artest, now known as Meta World Peace, and Ron Artest went, "Oh, the fuck no," and jumped into the crowd and started beating the shit out of everybody. He hit the wrong guy. He was like, no, I didn't do it. Just started punching, and then fans started fighting players. It was ridiculous. It was great. Everybody's throwing hands. It's the best.
Were they winning? Did they lose?
I think they lost. Well, they had to cancel. They were like, no more game. Game's done. Like, you can't come back after this. There's no more game. Everything is over. But it's one of the most, like, humbling experiences because for years, especially in basketball, you're so close. You can scream whatever you want at players. And some guy just got a little too drunk. Was probably really racist. Only likes black people when they're playing for his sports team. And Ron Artest probably wasn't having a good night. You know, Ron Artest, he's good. He's not great. Probably wasn't hitting his layups, wasn't hitting his shots. Probably had a horrible jumper back then. And that dude got a little too touchy and threw something at him and probably got away with it because the guy next to him got the shit beat out of him for it.
Disrespectful, really.
It's fucking great. I love the idea of a super athlete just beating up an average Joe.
Yeah, because I mean, you look at the just professional sports in general, and no matter what team you're looking at, that's the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
No matter how they could be the worst team in the league, they are better than 98% of the planet.
Also, something I did not know: the TV makes things look not how it is in real life.
How so?
So because of quarantine, there's a lot of they're doing a lot of different angles of the games that are happening now, and seeing a player jump and do a dunk from a top point view in the stands that's on TV, and then seeing it instead from the floor upwards in full motion, you're like, oh, those people are superheroes.
For real.
They're jumping so fast, so high, effortlessly.
And that court is probably measured different than the court you're used to playing on.
Yeah.
And so's that net.
And so, like, when I got to see LeBron James just dunk in full force motion from, like, a bottom view in 60K or whatever, 4K, 60 frames per second, I was like, oh, that doesn't look real at all. That looks inhuman. It is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel that same way about, like, the Olympics. Like, you don't know how fast they move until you're there in person. You're like, oh, he's a superhuman.
Yeah. You can hear about a fucking 4-minute mile, but to see one is a different.
Oh my gosh, man! I love that I'm fat and I'll never do any of that. You know what? It makes me feel comfortable.
No, I think you could. I think everyone's got that in them at some point. You'll find it, and then
I've beaten it out of me. I've beaten my dick so much that I've just killed it.
Yeah, you just get bored beating your dick after a while.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta beat something else. I gotta beat.
Gotta beat other people.
Children.
Gotta beat other people. You gotta start a calcio team.
Oh yeah. Okay. What would I call myself? Okay. I'm from Fontana. We used to have the KKK, so we're definitely the white team.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If I could, all right. If you could start your own calcio team. All right. Who's your first 5 players you're picking?
Me.
I'm not even picking myself.
I pick myself.
I suck.
I pick myself.
I suck. I got to get the biggest dudes I know. I'm going to get Will Henderson.
Good luck. You're going to have to pay him a lot.
No, he's not. He's only doing it for glory.
No, you're going to have to pay. If you want Will Henderson, you're going to have to pay.
I'll throw in a couple D&D dice for him.
You might have something there.
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest. You might speak his currency.
Yeah. Just throw in some dice for him. I'm getting Joel Powers because he's ripped.
Okay. He can run your ball for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
He's quick. He's nimble.
I'm getting Tony Bowers to play goalie. He's a big dude.
Nah, you need some movement back there. Tony Bowers should be in the front.
He should be in the front.
He should be in the front. He's the one that's like gonna clear the way.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I'm just gonna have him and Joel running side by side.
Oh, that's a good move.
Yeah, that's a good move. And then I don't have anybody else I can pick. I want to. Also, not surprising, no women in Calcio.
No. But there should be.
There should be a women's league. A women's league.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Listen, they got lingerie football. I'll watch lingerie Calcio.
Yeah. Why not?
And it's played in mud.
You know what? No, I want to see like fucking Ronda Rousey just hip tossing people. You think you're going?
Whack.
Not.
Nice.
Psych.
That's my favorite thing.
Holly Holm just kicking people in the face.
Oh, yes.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm quarter chubbing right now thinking about it.
Like those Russian MMA things where it's like team MMA. I'm like, let's be real. That's what a fight is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not this one-on-one bullshit.
Give me this 5v5 team MMA. Yeah, I love it.
You got to pick your team. Y'all got to train. You got to make sure that everyone peaks at the same time. That's real.
Don't overtrain. You
That's
don't
a real
hurt anything.
sport.
Yeah.
That's a real sport.
Yeah.
Speaking of sports, there is a fight card tonight.
Dude. And we're just where I'm heading right after this. I'm
nice.
To my parents. We're going to watch the fights.
Dope.
Yep.
All right. So let's start from the bottom. I don't know if you know the full card. I
know a little bit of it.
There's a Hakeem Dawodu. Yeah, that's how you say it. And Zubaira. What the fuck?
He's a Russian dude.
Yeah. He looks Russian.
Yeah.
Dude. He looks. What do you think?
Listen, man. I put my money on any Abe Lincoln motherfucker from Russia. There's something about guys with beards with no mustaches that just fuck you up when you're in the octagon.
Okay. So far, I guess your Russian. His record is 19-1.
Yeah. I didn't even need to know his record. I'm picking him.
At 145 pounds. Okay, so you're going with Russia for this first one.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mother Russia.
Why? What do you think Russia's doing right?
They live a rough life.
I think it just sucks there. That's what they're doing.
It's either you kick ass or Putin personally comes down and kills you. Like he shows you what's up. He's like, you guys remember I was KGB, right? You guys remember that? Well, you're dead now. Well, listen, most of these guys have grown up, especially the Russian dudes, apparently are all from Dagestan, which is this hardcore, rough place where it's wrestle or die. So, yeah, Russians, they just do it right. They do it better.
They're dedicated.
They're like,
this is our only way out.
There's no breaking a Russian. You're never going to mentally break a Russian. Ever. That's why Conor McGregor couldn't get in Khabib's head. He was like, I just smashed you now.
Yeah.
You say that and I smash you.
fucking crazy. Next fight is a women's fight. Some Ketlin Vieira.
Ketlin Vieira versus Sajara Eubanks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, Ketlin rocking a 10-0.
Yeah. Ketlin Vieira's great. Sajara Eubanks, not so great. She did, I think, hold the woman's flyweight belt at one point, but she won it through like tough, through like the Ultimate Fighter,
I see.
and then gave it up and never fought ever again, and then went up
Okay.
to bantamweight.
Well, it makes sense. And she's ranked number 13.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ketlin number 7.
Yeah.
We're at 135.
Yeah. Ketlin Vieira all the way.
Ketlin? Okay.
By submission.
Okay. By submission.
Second round.
What submission?
Armbar.
Armbar?
Yeah.
Which arm?
Left arm.
Left armbar, second round.
Second round.
Dude, what if text me if you're right, bro? Let me know. And then there's a flyweight, Kai Kara.
Kai Kara France. I love his name, Kai Kara France. There's something about it. It's like a superhero.
His
name.
nickname is Don't Blink.
Don't blink, dude. Kid's fast. When you're that light, you're fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fighting. I can't remember his name.
Brandon Royva.
Yeah.
Raw Dog.
Yeah.
So
Kai Kara France. Based off name alone.
yeah, I mean he's going 21-0. It says.
Yeah.
I mean his opponent Brandon's 11-0.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a
Somebody's losing
Kiwi.
it now.
Oh, he's a Kiwi, but he's little.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something to talk about. He's 5'4".
Yeah.
And the other kid's 5'9".
Yeah. Well, he's 125 pounds.
I guess.
Yeah.
Fucking Kid Dynamite over here,
Yeah,
huh?
dude. Don't blink. He's fast.
Don't blink. But I mean, so if it goes to the ground, though, it looks like Brandon's got an edge on the ground. He's got 64% of his wins by submission, whereas Kai Kara's got 14% finishes. So I mean, if it goes to the ground,
He's out of that Auckland training camp though with Brad Riddell and Israel Adesanya and Volkanovski and all those guys, and they train heavy on takedown defense. So I don't expect him getting taken out.
You don't?
Nope.
What do you think? All right. So when they say significant strike, what to you is a significant strike? Because to me, when it's across the judges, they all have their own fucking opinion on what a significant
I
strike
believe
is.
any significant strike is a strike that landed without being blocked. Like if you put your hands up and it blocked a little bit, it's a strike, but it's not significant. But if I hit you with a right cross and you didn't block it at all,
a clean shot.
That's a significant
strike.
one.
That's fair. Okay. Next one is Dominic Reyes versus Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah. I got you. Jan Blachowicz. Yeah. Blachowicz. I believe.
It's
Jan
crazy though.
Blachowicz.
What's he in? He's at a 26-0.
Yeah. And then Dominic Reyes' only loss is to the GOAT, John Jones, in a fight that I personally believe Dominic Reyes won.
Why?
Because
State your case.
okay, that third round was close.
Okay, start at the beginning. How was the first round?
Okay, first Dominic won the first 2 rounds. Third round was close. Some judges gave it to John. Some judges gave it to Dominic. Now, this was a loss for Dominic Reyes by split decision. It was not unanimous. So, and John made a good point, though. He won the last 2 rounds, which are the most important rounds, so the championship rounds. But I still think if you win 3 out of 5 rounds, you won the fight. Whether you lost those last 2 rounds or not, 3 out of 5 is more than 2 out of 5. He fought a great fight. I would have loved to have seen a rematch. But here's the thing. Jan Blachowicz, he's got that Polish power. That shit's no joke. Because he knocked the fuck out of Corey Anderson.
And what are they? They're fighting at 205.
This is for the vacant light heavyweight belt. John Jones has given up the belt. We will be getting a new champion for the first time in 9 years. It's going to be wild.
So we're getting an interim belt.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't count. Let's be real.
Let's be real.
You have to dethrone the
Jones,
king.
Yeah, if you don't beat John Jones.
And if you don't get a chance to, he made the right decision.
Yeah.
He's forever the champion now.
I would have loved. I think Blachowicz wins it, and then John Jones comes back down. Then they fight, and then John gets his belt back.
I'm sure combat sports is a little different, but Michael Jordan said that winning his first championship was more rewarding than any of the next 6 because after you win one, you kind of lose your edge. You kind of lose your hunger because it's like your goal is to get the championship and you did already.
Yep.
So, I don't say how much, but you've got to think that maybe John Jones was feeling similarly. He's like, dude,
he cleared
nobody
out
can
his division.
touch me.
He cleared out his division.
This is fucking boring.
It's the same problem Amanda Nunes is facing, where she's cleared out her division.
Yeah.
And
What's she gonna do next?
They're just throwing anyone at her. They're throwing anyone at her.
All right, John Jones versus Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
Fucking do it.
Let's do it, man. And John's got to fight with one leg.
No,
One leg,
John's
one
got to
arm.
use 20-ounce gloves.
Okay.
That's what he's got to do.
Yeah, and then the main
Main event. Wait. So who's your pick for the light heavyweight?
Oh man, Blachowicz.
So Blachowicz going to be the new lightweight champion?
That
That's your
Polish
call?
power is no joke.
All right, so you're saying
dude.
he's winning by
knockout first round.
First round?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And heavyweight title. I mean, there's I'm not clued in far, but I've seen enough headlines that there's some drama about this fight.
For
right?
the middleweight title,
The
yes. You said hey,
Israel.
we'll fight you.
I mean, we can fight. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Israel Adesanya, Paulo Costa, and I was like iffy about whether or not I was gonna be hyped about this, and then I started watching a lot of the press conferences and a lot of the trash talk, and Paulo Costa is actually pretty fucking hilarious.
That's what I've seen. These guys are hitting headlines and stuff. He brought him a white belt.
Brought him a white belt.
That's
it was great.
Funny.
It was
Why
so
has
great.
nobody done that
I don't
before?
know. It was so funny. And then they were at the press conference, and he was like, "I'm looking at your earrings, and I think my mom has a pair of those." And then Izzy was like, "I'll be your new stepdad. You're grounded." And I was like, "That was weak. It was so weak. Come on, man." He was getting in his head. He was fucking with him. Listen, Paulo Costa, he's like...
They look pretty evenly matched. What do you think? Because according to these stats, takedown defense is pretty much the same across for both of them. It looks like Paulo Costa absorbs a few more strikes.
Yeah, he's a give one to get one.
Yeah, he looks like he's a dog. You're gonna fucking eat a lot from him.
Yeah.
Paul seems to land more per minute.
Yeah.
But Izzy's got the experience, it
Yes.
seems. So
a lot more experience because it's beyond just the 19-0 that he has in MMA. He's got like a fucking insane kickboxing record. He also did regular boxing. Like he's got a lot in him. He's got a lot of fight experience in him. And he is very much a counter puncher, which is why the Yoel Romero fight was lame, because Yoel Romero was not coming at him. So he can only do so much. Paulo Costa, however, is a fucking zombie.
I feel like it was Joe Rogan that was like, I really enjoyed that fight or something. Something fucking stupid.
It was a whatever fight. But Paulo Costa is going to try to take your head off. That's what he does. His fight with Yoel Romero is crazy because he's the first dude I've ever seen to walk towards Yoel Romero and try to engage him into a fight. It was nuts, and they stayed and banged. He dropped Yoel. Yoel dropped him. He hit Yoel with a crazy head kick in the last round. They were just throwing back and forth. Crazy fight. That was only a 3-rounder. He looked pretty gassed by that third round.
You think he learned?
I think he learned not to.
Like, what
not to
camp is
empty
he
out.
out of?
He's.
Do you know?
His head coach is the same coach for Henry Cejudo, and that dude, as weird as he is a badass coach. He's got a couple champions under his name. So, my thing is that Izzy loves a guy that's gonna swing at him, because Izzy likes to move out of the way, and then clock you with the left hand. Move out of the way, clock you with the right hand. Move out of the way, hit you with a head kick. Like, if you just watch...
To me, that sounds annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Bing, bing,
There's a
bing.
reason that he goes by the last style bender, all right? He's mixing it all up. And if you watch the Derek Brunson fight, Derek Brunson came at him, and everything he did, he just countered. Hit him with a knee, hit him with the left hand, hit him with a head kick, dropped him with the hands, dropped him with the hands, dropped him with the hands. It's over. He's just so good. Any fight where someone came towards him, the Kelvin Gastelum fight, is a banger. One of the greatest fights I've ever seen. And that last round particularly, where there's nothing else. I had it 2-2 going in that last round, and Izzy was like, I'm putting an end to this. Fight could have been stopped in the last, 10 seconds.
Who do you think? I mean, because arguably we're in a new generation of MMA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there is definitely an old guard in the old school
like
champions.
Diego Sanchez.
Yeah.
Who's fighting on this card.
That's crazy, dude. That guy's out of his mind.
Yeah. No, his trainer is out of his mind.
I don't know his trainer.
Oh, his trainer. There's a great interview where the trainer went to one of the referees and said, "Listen, Diego and I have been working on a choke, and if he applies this choke, you're gonna have to stop the fight immediately because Diego will kill him." And now the way the choke was described to me is it sounded like an RKO from WWE, in which he would grab, rotate, and drop, which is illegal, by the way.
Rude.
And the referee told him that, and he just went, "I'm just saying." He's very...
You know what? They should allow top of the turnbuckle moves in UFC.
Yeah.
Let him jump off the cage.
Have you seen Michel Pereira fight?
No.
No, he does backflips off the cage, and he kicks you, and he jumps, and he does front flips, and he front flip kicks you, and he does all this crazy shit.
Yeah, that's information overload at that point. Like, what do you react to?
Yeah,
Like,
dude's wild. Watch one of his fights. I'll link you to one.
Dude.
That dude's crazy. But no,
ridiculous.
Diego Sanchez, he's an old guy. He was literally on the first Ultimate Fighter, and is still fighting. That was when I was
Is
in
he
high
punch
school.
drunk? Have you seen him do
Okay,
interviews?
his last fight, he won via disqualification to Michelle Pereira because Michelle hit him with an illegal knee, and he was like, "If I can't continue, what happens?" And he was like, "It's a disqualification if you can't continue." He goes, "I can't continue."
Hey, why not? Why take an extra illegal knee?
Yeah.
Fuck.
He was getting his ass kicked in that fight,
But he won.
but he won.
He won. I mean, it's the W. Like, a lot of people won't remember the fight, but they'll look at his record and be like, oh, he beat him? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It is what it is. But then there's dudes like Izzy, who are this new guard, who are coming in with
Who do you think is well, I guess, what's your pick for this fight?
Izzy.
Izzy?
Third round knockout.
Third round knockout?
Fourth round knockout. Fourth round knockout.
You could be so. Did you put any money down on this?
I never put money down on these. And you know what sucks is I
hope you go 100% for this.
I call
fight.
almost all of them. You can ask Ezekiel Echeverria. I almost won him a shit ton of money, but I got one fight wrong. One fight because it was a guy I had never heard of going against Volkan Ozdemir. And if I had known more about the dude that Volkan was fighting, I would have gone with the other guy.
You didn't text Joe? Joe would have told you, bro. Joe Rogan's
I know.
clued in. Just
But
don't know.
Ezekiel knows, and he was even telling me, he's like, I'll hit you up. If I make some scratch, I'll throw some your way. But I just never put my own money on the line, and it sucks because I'm right like 98% of the time.
You should, just for fun. $5.
Yeah,
$5
$5
changes it.
Yeah.
I don't watch football, but I put like $10 down with my grandma one time. It was the best football game I ever watched in my life.
Yep. I should have put all my money when they had the Masvidal fight because, dude, I was at the drive. I was getting my car washed, and I was watching the weigh-ins, and the guy's like, "Who you got?" And I was like, "Usman." And he goes, "What? Masvidal's so good." I was like, "Listen, man, he's gonna take 2 punches from Masvidal, and it's gonna be a wrestling match for 5 rounds after that." And that's exactly what happened.
I was that way when I want to say GSP fought BJ Penn.
Yeah.
I was still working back home in Hawaii, and everyone was such a BJ Penn dick rider back then. They're like, "Yeah, Penn's gonna definitely win." I was like, "No, he's not." Do you know what kind of inhuman man GSP is?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it is boring, he's gonna be laying on him for
Yeah.
25 minutes. He's gonna win the fight.
I had a dude that I worked at Ford with. He was big in the sports betting, big, and he would always come to me. He's like, "Steven, what's going on with these UFC fights?" And when the Conor McGregor Habib one was coming, he was like, "Who you got?" And I was like, "Habib." He was like, "But Conor's got that left hand." I was like, "I don't give a fuck about Conor's left hand. Habib is going to maul him."
Yeah.
And I was telling everybody this. And I had so many friends on Snapchat. They were like, "Conor's just too fast. His left hand is crazy." I'm like, "Listen, you can have a puncher's chance any day of the week, but you're never going to have a wrestler's chance if you don't wrestle." And Habib wrestles. And he doesn't just wrestle. He smashes you.
Yeah,
It's
he needs
4
to.
rounds
What's his
of
style
smash.
called? Because it's not wrestling anymore.
No, it's
Smish.
It's smish. That's what was so crazy about the Tony fight, man. Everybody was like, "Is Tony gonna get smished too?" We'll never know.
Who do you think is pound for pound the greatest fighter right now? Then of this new gen, obviously excluding old, but right now,
John Jones.
John Jones.
Yeah, without a doubt. Because
Okay, excluding him, because I would say
Habib.
he's backdoor of like he's last of the old gen.
Yeah,
So you think
which is
Habib-
crazy because he's only like 31 years old.
No, he's
He
done
became
so
champion
much.
at like fucking 19.
Dude, it's so crazy that like these super athletes do so much.
Dude, he
like,
beat Josh Barnett, and Josh Barnett was like the dude back then, and he was smashing everybody, and he was like, "Nah, I got this."
ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I think if you take John Jones out of the picture, it's Habib. He is just so good, and he never looks like. I don't think he's ever bled in a fight.
Really?
Connor, some judge.
Somebody better bring a knife to a fight.
Whichever idiot judge gave Connor the 3rd round in their fight, it was the first round Habib had ever lost. Out of like 18 fucking MMA fights.
I wonder. He must feel like having a truck on you.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Luke Rockhold said that. Luke Rockhold walks around about 245 pounds and will wrestle Habib, and Habib will take him down and
He's
smash
a very
him.
handsome man.
Very
by the
handsome
way.
man. He got his shit rocked by Jan Blachowicz. Knocked out in like the 1st round.
It happens though.
Yeah.
That's what I love about like MMA, as opposed to most sports, is that I feel like the margin of error is so much smaller with MMA.
Yeah.
I guess because the stakes are so much higher, but it's like you can kind of get away with as far as I know, you can get away with playing basketball and being at like 80% and having a decent game.
Yep.
You can lean on your team. But if you're not at least 90% on fight day, like in the game mentally, you're gonna get your shit rocked.
Just look at Tyron Woodley.
Yeah,
the dude hasn't been the same since he lost.
What'd you think? What'd you think about his last showing?
I think he's got to retire. He's 39. He doesn't look 39, by the way.
He
looks 22.
Fantastic.
Looks 22.
What are you on, bro? Because you're not making any cups melt, but you're doing it on the sneak tip for sure.
Black don't crack, dude.
I
Black
guess
does not. It don't crack. I think the loss to Usman broke him. I think he was already feeling the decline. If you watch the battles he had with Stephen Thompson, and like those were close fights, and they shouldn't have been. He should have beat Thompson. He should have beat Wonder Boy easily. The fights with Damian Maia were so slow. He played it so slow.
It's weird because like he's there and John Jones is where he is, and they're not that far apart in terms of like MMA. Like they came out at kind of the same time. They kind of peaked at the same time, and Jones was like, "No, I'm gonna keep getting better."
Yeah, well, John Jones is a freak of nature.
Not.
He's a freak of nature. He's also like 8 years younger. He's a freak of nature, and Tyron used to be a freak of nature. If you watch the Robbie Lawler knockout when he just blitzed Robbie Lawler and knocked him out, you're like, holy shit, that dude's incredible. He used to be a blitz you fighter.
And then come USADA, right?
Yeah. And then come all these new guys who are wrestlers who are better at wrestling than he is. And he's a pretty good wrestler. And he's got pretty good hands. And out come all these other dudes. And he just wasn't the same, man. And Usman, I don't see Usman losing the title for a while. Even against Colby, if him and Colby run it back, I don't see him losing it. Gilbert Burns is great. I don't see him losing to Gilbert Burns, though. He'll do the same to Gilbert what he did to Masvidal. I just don't see it. I think Colby's his best shot at actually losing it. Because beyond Colby being a fucking crazy piece of shit, like douchebag all the time and playing a character,
I don't know anymore.
I really
don't know.
I really don't know either, but he really is good. He really is. He's like a top 3 fighter in the world. He is so good. Constant pressure, never stops throwing, never stops moving towards you. Always volume. Never stops. His gas take is fucking endless. Like, he is good. But god damn if I don't want to see him get the shit beat out of him every time. Every time. That's what sucked about the Woodley fight. It's like I really want to
make so much money. He's gonna make so much money,
dude. When the fucking president called him,
that's so crazy, dude.
Well, what was even better? But like the week later, it was Trump was at a rally in
fucking Donald Trump. Do some work, dude. Why are you calling fighters,
dude? A week later, they had a rally in Florida, and Jorge Masvidal was there, and he's talking about how great Jorge is. He's like, Jorge, I saw your fight, man. He's like, for those of you that don't know, Jorge he goes, they put him up against this up and coming young superstar, which was Ben Askren, who was not young and was not a superstar. He's like, the guy was gonna be champion. Like, maybe.
I feel like Joe Rogan had like shares in making Ben Askren the next big thing.
Him and Brendan Schaub talked him up so big, and he was really great. He was. If you watch the ONE FC fights, if you watch all the other shit, he was really good. He really was.
You think he just came over too late?
Yes, too late, and he was already having hip problems, which is what happens when you're a wrestler, a lifelong wrestler. Shit starts breaking down. But man, like Donald Trump was talking up Jorge so big. He was like, "What did you knock him out in? Like 2 seconds? Did they even pay you for that?" You shouldn't get.
Do you know what they should do? They should have a UFC Champions League, and not necessarily you have to be a champion to qualify, but all of your all stars, they're old. You let them juice the fuck up, and they fight.
Yeah. Well, that's what in the UFC 4 they have the Legends mode, which is like if you get a fighter, and maybe they're still in the UFC like Anderson Silva, but his stats are linked to him at his peak. So you get peak Anderson Silva, you get peak Benson Henderson, you get peak Johnny Hendricks, you get peak everybody, like these dudes that when they were at their primes, they were unstoppable. And those are dope. Like when they simulate those fights, those are dope.
Those are fun.
You take peak Rampage Jackson versus peak fucking Chuck Liddell, no age. They just get to throw and bang and stand, do whatever they want.
All right, if you could pick. You want to see a fight between two fighters? What's the fight? What fight do you pick?
Peak Anderson Silva when he's at his prime.
Which fight? Which fight is peak Anderson Silva?
Oh my god,
think?
dude!
Forrest Griffin?
It might be Forrest Griffin, but even his debut against Lieben was so crazy because he didn't even get hit. There was.
But I would say he still got better after the Lieben fight.
He did get better. Yeah, well, let's take him versus Forrest Griffin because he beat the shit out of Forrest Griffin so quickly. It was
Yeah.
it was
And
nothing.
Forrest Griffin he's no fucking slacker.
No.
Like he's not
Became
a
a champion.
technical, but
Became-
like
yeah.
he'll outwork anybody.
Yeah, became a world champion. Got a belt.
He's
so-
funny too.
Yeah, he is funny. But I think you take prime Anderson Silva versus prime right now Israel Adesanya because we saw old Silva versus prime Izzy, and it was all Izzy, but it looked like two dudes that were the same. It looked like you just had different skins. It was the same fighter. So I would love to have seen Anderson when he was like 28 versus Izzy when he or 30, 31 versus Izzy when he's 30. I would love to have seen that
That would be fucking great.
because they are the same person.
Can we do that in UFC 4?
Yeah.
Go fucking do that. See who wins.
All right.
Just start taking bets. You should start making your own fights and then
Just
making
simulate-
your own guesses.
Yeah.
They see how right you are.
They did that with when they had Tony versus Habib before it got canceled, before the world went to shit and the pandemic hit and ruined everything. I mean, it took a literal pandemic to make this fight not happen.
Maybe that's how we break the space-time continuum. We let those two fight. You know, like
Yeah.
when Cell and Goku were about to fight, you're like, some shit's about to happen right now.
Yeah. Well, I think when they simulated that fight, they had Habib winning in the 4th round by TKO, and that sounds like it could happen to me. That sounds perfectly plausible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's like when they simulate the games in Madden, when they simulate the Super Bowl, and it's never close. It's never close in Madden, but there's way more variables.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are huge too. Like right before, I remember. I don't remember then. There was a Super Bowl, and for almost a week before it, they just kept playing the Madden game that they were playing on ESPN because I was working behind the bar, and I was like, "Why am I seeing this every fucking day?" I get it, I get it, but apparently it's huge.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and people take bets for it. And
Yes,
shit. It's
and also there's a Madden league that's owned by the division itself.
that's
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, there's a 2K league that's owned by the division. They have teams that play through.
Have you played UFC 4 yet? Have you seen
No,
anyone play it? Have you
no.
heard anything
I've
about
seen
it?
people play it. I heard there's a lot of glitches, a lot of things that need to be fixed. It's one of those. It's an EA thing where the game comes out and it's not really finished yet. There's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of things that are kind of cheap, but I've heard that they revamped a lot of the grappling, a lot of the striking, a lot of that stuff has been made better.
So wait.
Yeah, so wait.
But I mean, especially with their schedule now, if I wait, by the time it's ready, UFC 5's coming out, right? I mean,
No, it took 2 years from 3 to 4. It was 2
Did it?
years. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll wait till it becomes a greatest hit title or
Yeah.
something.
Or just get you're not on Xbox, but Game Pass is happening, and you can get all the games.
That's
for like
true. I mean, I could
$15
always
a
just
month.
GameFly it.
Yeah.
GameFly is interesting. They got that old school Netflix model.
Yeah, they send you the game in the mail.
Hey,
it breaks in half.
next week is there's a fucking female fight.
Yeah, Holly Holm
Yeah.
versus Aldana.
Irene Aldana.
Yeah,
What
that's a good fight.
What do you think?
Irene
Talk to
Aldana
me.
is really good. I've watched a couple of her last fights. She's got good hands, and she moves a lot, moves well.
Their record is pretty much the same.
Same, yeah.
Holly with 13, Irene with 12.
Yeah, I think it's like 13-4 and 12-4, something like that, or 12-3
Yeah,
or
five
something.
each.
Yeah, and it's
Similar reach.
Yep. It's a good fight. I think Holly is more of a kickboxer. Irene is a stand-up, because I think she's from Mexico, and she's got that Mexican boxing blood in her, and she boxes real well. And you know what? That one's a toss-up for me. Holly has been on the decline. She hasn't looked as great as she used to look. I mean, Amanda Nunes Holly homed Holly home.
Yeah.
So ever since
Nunes
then,
is not human.
no, she just had a baby. Well, her wife had a baby.
She's right in. She might be like GOAT right now.
Oh yeah,
Just what she's done. Like her and Ronda Rousey are definitely gonna have to be on the Mount Rushmore of women's MMA because
yeah.
who else, even in the men's division, has
Yeah.
done something to the extent that she has?
Yeah, right now the only other person that's close in the women's division is Valentina Shevchenko, who I thought won their second fight when they fought at bantamweight. But Shevchenko is not a bantamweight. She is a legitimate 125-pound fighter, and like we see with Amanda, she can go all the way up to 145.
Right. Because Holly Holm is for 135.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's bantamweight, and I mean Holly Holm is good. Amanda Nunes is the GOAT. Valentina Shevchenko is incredible. Like her knockout of Jessica Ai is one of the scariest knockouts I've ever seen. Like she kicked her in the head so hard, I thought she killed her. It was bad. She was out for a while, It was like, ooh, that's one of those ones where the fighter doesn't even celebrate, where they're like, oops.
I think we should do a fight companion with a podcast. One day. I think we should just watch some fights.
Yeah.
Talk some shit. Because, we record on Saturdays.
I know.
You know, why not?
Why not?
Why haven't you brought this up?
I think we brought it up last time. We still didn't do it.
We were talking about live streaming the
Tyson fight.
Yeah.
We can do it.
That's what I'll get. Tyson and Jones, that's one of those, like, if you could get any two boxers to fight, that's
at their
a
prime,
match.
but like them at their prime is the match.
That's
but now,
a match.
now is not that bad, because after we've seen Tyson and the way he looks, and
Yeah, no one said they couldn't take steroids. I'm excited.
No, I didn't hear anything about that. I didn't hear anything about anybody getting tested for anything.
Yeah. No. Mike Tyson's going to lick the toad right before the fight.
Oh,
and he's going to come in with this newfound revenge story he's constructed in his mind.
He's like, I saw the future. I know.
Dude's out of it. He needs to smoke weed regularly. I understand he thinks he can't, but he's off his rocker. I'm concerned.
He's like, I'm off the weed. I'm just training. And it's like,
I'm just fighting.
You're scaring me.
Fight him, bro.
You're scaring me. You're talking about getting hard while fighting dudes. You're scaring me.
Just like you ever, like, want to fuck him? Fuck him up and fuck him? You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus, Mike Tyson.
Your Mike Tyson impersonation gets me every time.
It's so hard. Like, I'm such a big Mike Tyson fan, but he's out of his fucking mind when he's like fighting. He's sincerely crazy.
There's like someone patched together all from the last Joe Rogan interview of all the times Mike was like, it's not funny, and Joe had like immediately stopped laughing. It's like, I know it's not funny. No, I'm serious. Yeah, it's like I know it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. When you talk about getting an erection just because you want to punch the shit out of somebody.
I couldn't finish that podcast.
Oh man,
it's
Mike's on another level. That's prime fighting Mike.
Yeah, it is though. Mentally speaking, that's why I'm like,
that's scary.
He might die. I don't know. He might get injured.
I just got chills thinking about.
It'll be fun. Because there's definitely gonna be a dope undercard.
Yeah.
You know, who's not gonna want to fight on the undercard with Roy Jones Jr.
Are they gonna
and
put
Mike
a bunch
Tyson?
of YouTubers on it? You think?
I'd be in, dude. Can we sign up for that? I'll fight some YouTubers.
You and me.
Dude,
Let's fight some YouTubers.
We should have a mini Calcio in a ring.
Maybe a 10v10. I'm down for that.
No, 2v2,
2v2?
bro. Yeah, it's like doubles tennis with Calcio. We do it in an octagon. Yeah. Oh, this is a great game.
I love it.
I'll be the front man. I'll be the front man for that.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball, dude.
Hey, dude.
Pass me the rock. I got this.
Dude, it should be a rock.
Yeah.
It should
100%.
be a boulder.
It should be like the shot put. Like
it should be a kettlebell that you have to...
How's it getting fucking clonked in the head with
Dude,
a
I tell you
kettlebell?
what I started doing?
What are you doing?
I throw my kettlebell in my backpack and I go for a walk.
Oh my god, you're a psychopath.
It's great.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Oh my god, yeah, you're looking thick. Like
I'm trying to. Well, I need to lean out. I think for October because we're running 100 miles and
I've given up. I'm leaning into the fat.
I'm not ready.
Like when I move to Texas, I might change. But like right now, I'm leaning into the fat.
No, I mean, fuck. It's more for the challenge. I got close to 100 once on accident.
Mm-hmm.
I
remember
that was rough.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think if I can pace myself, I might be able to.
You ran like 26 miles when you were in Hawaii. It was crazy.
Total.
Yeah.
Not altogether.
It was still crazy.
I ran like 6 miles a day for like 7 days. Well, that was the first time I ever run 6 miles.
I like how you said that like it's no big deal.
It wasn't, dude. If you ran at 6 o'clock in the morning in front of a beach, you're like, this is the best ever. Why wouldn't I do this every day?
Oh my God.
There was nobody on the beach. And then everyone that was running, we all looked at each other like we were psychos because clearly we've all wake up too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would run 6 miles,
I remember running when I was running. It was like the second time I was out running, and I ran past a dude. It was going the opposite way, and he gave me that little like runner's nod, and I was like, I don't deserve that.
You do. You're out there. That means you deserve it. You took the hardest step.
Yeah.
It's starting, and it's the first one.
Yeah.
Sound like I'm trying to sell you makeup or hair products.
I'd rather have makeup. Give me the
It's
makeup.
just the first one.
The first one's
Are you
always
going to
the
participate
hardest.
with us or not?
No.
Why?
I don't. Cause you know what? Actually, I might because I think I'm going back on my regular work schedule of working from 7 to 4.
Don't get me excited like that. You're going to get regular sleep?
They told me that. They were like, I think we're putting you back on Monday. And I was like, that first day is going to be rough. My sleep schedule's so fucked.
Yeah, you need time to recalibrate.
Yeah, it's not going to.
You're going to have to push the bar over and then pull the red knob.
Yeah. Yeah, you heard all of that.
It's weird.
Kind of pushing the red knob.
So it's going to be a regular, like...
7 to 4. Yeah. Yeah.
Monday to Friday?
Monday to Friday.
Wow. So you
Yeah.
might be able to do comedy?
I might be able to do comedy.
That's exciting.
That's why I got my notebook.
Ah, I see. What are you excited for comedy then? I mean, it's,
Oh,
it's
man,
right
that
there. You
first-
can almost taste
That
it.
first night's gonna be wild.
Where's your first
time.
night? Have you decided?
If they really are gonna do this Monday through Friday thing, 7 to 4, wherever you guys have been going, hit me up because I've seen you out there. Send me a link. Tell me where to be. I'll be
Joe
there.
Beltran's mic is dope.
Yeah, what day is that on?
Wednesday
Wednesday,
nights.
okay.
And then there's Frankie's on Thursday at Placitas. And then Worthington's is going to be Thursday nights.
Okay.
So you can double up on Thursdays. But wow, I'm excited for you.
I know.
Fuck, dude. How long have you been on this godforsaken cancer-causing schedule?
Oh my god.
Dude, the swing shift fucking sucks.
Dude, when they were like, "You think you can work 5 to 5?" And I was like, "I think I can work 5 to 4." As if it was any better.
Dude, I'm excited for you. All right,
Yeah.
what's your future then?
I
Fucking,
know.
what do you get to rejoin the world?
I know. I get to like, dude, it's been weird, like waking up and then like people are coming back home from work and I'm going to work and then I wake up at 4 and it's dark outside and the world hasn't booted up yet. It's still in like reset phase and there's no one on the road and I was like, I don't know what's am I in the apocalypse? It feels weird. Like
It's serene though, right?
it's not.
I guess not for you. Yeah, you're right.
Dude, I haven't cleaned my room in like 2 weeks, man. It smells in there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on like a nice grind so I can be a human being again.
You have look, in October there's 31 days.
Mm-hmm.
You can run a mile and a half in the morning
Mhm.
and a mile and a half at night, and you get pretty fucking close to 100 miles in a day
Yeah.
or in a month. And I
Yeah,
think
you're right.
that's more than doable for
It's
you.
more than doable. No,
And that discipline
I'll
will
go
give
get
you
some.
that structure.
I'll go get some new shoes.
You don't
I'll
need
get-
new shoes, dude.
I
Fuck it.
gotta get
You
running
need to.
shoes.
I don't know how my feet are fucking weird.
Dude, no, my knees are bad. My knees be bad. I need something that's gonna absorb that impact for me.
Fuck, you're excited. We should go hiking. You're gonna be able to do stuff during the
Don't
day.
give me more things.
It'll
Just
be
give me
fun.
the one thing.
You throw a kettlebell
Shut
in a
up.
backpack and walk
I'll
up some
fucking
hills,
leave
dude.
right now.
It's
Get
great.
the fuck out of here.
It's amazing.
I'm never coming back. Disrespect my family like that.
Frankie's really excited for it, and he just
It's because Frankie's a psychopath. Every time I see him, he's somewhere else. Like he's in Mexico. I'm like, how'd you get to Mexico? He's like,
I just end up here.
yeah. Like, I don't know. When he was in New York, I was like, how'd you get to New York? I just drove here. Like, Jesus, dude.
I wanted to. Why not?
Yeah,
I
love that. I
commend
love
that.
dude, the ability to just do that. He had that van. It was so sick, and all of a sudden he's just driving to places, hitting mics. What a fucking god! I
That's
love him.
cool.
I'll suck his dick.
Yeah. Go back to comedy just to go hang out with Frankie.
Ah. I need some motivation in my life.
All right.
All right, man. I gotta get out of here. I
Yeah,
gotta go.
you
I gotta go
gotta
catch these fights,
Go
man.
do your shit.
Yep.
We should we'll pick a card in the next couple weeks. And
For
we'll
sure,
live
man. I
stream
love
it.
doing this. Love seeing you. Love talking it out, man.
Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at xroth _ and then you can find me on Twitter on xroth without the underscore. I tried to change it. It wouldn't let me. Apparently, there's someone else on Instagram with xroth. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to come find you. I'm going to kill you. I swear to God. It's my name. I'm not on anything else. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on LinkedIn. I'm not on anything else. So just find me on Twitter and Instagram. Or text me at 909.
I'm at the George F. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Fathletic. We hope you enjoy it. If you have any suggestions, anything you want us to watch, because we're doing movies too, holler, slide in our DMs, let us know. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, Clean.
Now, Woody isn't doing nothing.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand.